Hello, good night. Hello, good night, Marcia.
Yes, good night, sir. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
And are
I
you?
have a question for you,
Yes.
and it's pertaining to the St. Civic Center and the plan, that's the creation of the area. I want to ask the question, when was the decision taken to place the property on the market for sale? Does anybody know that? When was that done? One. Two,
Yes.
was it a cabinet decision to place the property up for sale and to remove it out of its present use? Three, who was it that brought the buyer to the table to negotiate the purchase of the property and to enter in the trade-off deal of building or replacing the Civic Center at another location? Those are some important questions that I think that I would like to have some answers
Could you
to
go over the
help.
questions again for me? Because I was writing. When was the property placed for sale?
Yeah, when was the decision taken to place the property on the market for sale?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Was it a cabinet decision to place the property, to take it out of its present use and to place it for sale on the market?
Right.
Was it advertised, add in there too, was it advertised overseas? Was it advertised locally? Because we often hear the accusation made that Barbadians don't want to invest in things locally, and as a result, we need to go outside and find investors from outside. So was it placed on the local market for locals to be able to be aware that this so-called prime, well, not so-called, it's prime beach land, but this prime piece of property was going to be up for sale? And three, the third one that I wanted you to also find out for me was who was the person, that brought the buyer, the purchaser, to the table to negotiate the purchase of the property and the trade-off deal. There has to be a finder for the sale and to get the property sold. So who was this person that identified this individual and thought, well, look, this is somebody that would be good to bring to invest in this matter? Those are some questions I wish that we can focus on too as well.
Yes.
I wanted our leader of the opposition to see if he can also ask those questions and see if he can get some answers for us.
Yes, we will cut this out and send to him. What I can tell you, though, caller, is that we had gotten a document. Someone famous on the show would say, it fell off of a truck, and we got this document. And
Excellent.
yes, and my recollection, and Dave can help me with this, is that this whole procedure started in 2020 or 2021, and where the BTII was looking for buyers and saying people need to tend to bring in their proposals and to tender their proposals. And then 6 months later they said, according to that document, that they would have chosen chosen a buyer, a prospective buyer, based on what. So we have the document. There's a yes, the beats.
But Marcia, you realize something?
Yes.
That things that we are expecting, major investment items such as these, that we are expecting that or political representatives of the various important ministries that run our country, they have either relegated, but they will say delegated, the responsibility to an entity that persons do not want to go after because they don't see it as a political entity, they see it as a business arm. So it is out there looking for business. But who is protecting the social infrastructure of our country and trying to protect the cultural, and those historic elements of it.
Yes.
Are we supposed to then start going after BTI to find out what, besides your mandate as being to promote Barbados and to get good returns on investment and all whatnot for Barbados, is it that we now have to go after them as far as a political eye is concerned? We want to keep them out of the political arena, but are there facade or something that block us from really seeing what government policies and government doings are? We are hiding behind BTI. Somebody has to be responsible for BTI. It falls under somebody's ministry.
Yes, very good questions, caller. And what I say is that we have this document here, and it is the Barbados Tourism Investment Inc. Just to answer at least part 1.5 of your questions. And I know the government is listening to this program, and I hope that they'll be able to answer you with the other questions that you have.
Yes.
But if Dave goes up a little bit, Dave, just let me just double check on the date, because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Marcia, add to that. Well, I just heard you refer to dates, and that is where it was going. It would be good to know when were those dates, what dates you have on that document. And the other thing is, when was the property vested in the care of the BTI? Because I would think it still belongs to the government, to the state.
Yes.
Was the ownership of it transferred to the BTI?
Okay.
Who are the owners?
Well, in terms of the timeline and the schedule, those of you who are really interested in this, you can take a screenshot of this. The RFP was issued on August 29, 2021, right?
Wow.
They would have done a site visit with those people who, I guess, who are interested the week of September 6, 2021. This is facts that we're telling you.
Listen, you see the speed that thing moving?
Yes, but wait.
You see the speed? Who does sell land or property in such short period of time? No, you all need to dig deeper. Right?
Listen,
we need to
listen, don't go, because your questions due from partners. So they would have done the site visit on September 6, 2021. And then they had the questions due from the partners on September 13, 2021. They had the bid proposal submission deadline was September, no later than Tuesday, September what, Dave? I can't see the end there. 2021, no. September 21st.
Stick a pin there, Marcia. I seen something about bids. Where was it publicized? Was it? And I go on the internet and see that this property was being offered for sale, and bids were being entertained from persons even outside of Barbados. They're referring to bids. So it sounds like it was supposed to be an open offer or something like that. How many bids were received?
Wow, that's the thing. I think Ms. McLean had asked that question, and here as well. Look, it says here that everything is running. You're so right, Dave. There's something on the screen here I can't get to see. Yeah, everything is running like a week. August 29th, it's issued. They do a site visit with partners, prospective partners on September 6th. By September 13th, caller, the questions are due from the partners, those that went to visit, right? Then they have the bid proposal submission. The deadline is September 21st. So we're going up in just a week. And then by September 22nd, they have the bid opening date. And and listen to me, my caller, my fellow Barbadian, by October 6, 2021, they would have selected the partner.
Wow. I don't know any major property that is in the millions of dollars that you could get fast track a sale fast track so far and enter into well, we can't say a swap because I think it is a case where they have agreed to build a civic center or something that we are hearing.
Yes.
How did you get all of that work up? Not only that, were these plans already drawn for the civic center and they're waiting for someone to come and say we want to buy this property and this. How could this happen so fast? And we cannot get a road or sometimes to get a playing field or a community center that I heard the minister say, the community center in Deacons that have been closed for so long. They are still going through the plans and all whatnot to get it returned to functionality. Huh? How we get this one done so fast?
Yeah.
How come we can't get the stadium up and running? How can we can't get work going on the stadium? This is almost 6 years ends or more.
Well, in fairness to them, they say they're going to get started now. We're hoping that they get started.
How many times we heard we were going to get? Have you seen anything start clearing at the stadium?
No, but it's clearing at.
Well, you had a bulldozer down there clearing down a trace, though.
Yes.
Come on, we need to be fair. We need to be vigilant.
Yes,
we need to be vigilant. We need to be more vigilant.
Caller,
Prime Minister Alvaro, the Honorable Alvaro said to us one morning we will wake up and discover that Barbados is no longer our own. And it appears to be happening right under our nose, and we are partying, we are enjoying, we are into merriment. And all these things are happening around us, and our country is being removed from under us, just one piece at a time. One piece at a time.
Yeah, somebody wrote here that property was sold in 5 weeks.
You could imagine. You could imagine. We went through a bidding process. I want to know where can I go and see the tender or the offer that was placed out there. What were the terms of that offer so that persons could have bid on it? I want to know where we can go and find that. Those are questions we need to have answered.
Yeah.
Caller,
thank you, and you raised an important point there. And I feel like I want to hold you a few more minutes, just 2 minutes more, because you said something that I've been reflecting on yesterday and today, that we don't see any of those developers that look like us. Those developers, they don't look like us, sir.
But yet Barbadians are being beaten over their heads all the time that they have money sitting in the credit unions and in the banks and savings accounts, and they don't want their risk averse. Where was this opportunity placed on the local market, or when was it made known to John Public that property was going to be up for sale?
Yes. That's.
And was it clear?
All of them. When we look at Joe's River, it's and I for my white viewers that are watching, this is not a racist thing. It is something that
it has nothing to do with racism.
In fact, a lot of them are not even from here. So you have the Joe's River. It's a white Australian. Bathsheba, where they hit down the whole hill, where they removed the whole hill. Dave, if you could put back that document up, I want people to take a screenshot of it as your evidence. People, put it back up a little bit more, Dave. They hit down that hill right there, Bathsheba, a white non-Barbadian. And we look here at Holt Town. According to them, it's Canadian.
That's correct.
A Canadian, very wealthy businessman. They said, and which I'm asking the question: is he the only one? I personally am wondering, is he just up front? My question is, and there are lots of others behind him. And we look at all of these places. We look at, I think the one there at Brighton, it's a local white businessman. I think, I'm not sure, along with
So does
yeah.
so does that beg the question that could have been why the attempt was made to recapture the property that Bernie Weatherhead, who would have been a local, I think a Barbadian, who had purchased that beachfront property, to take it back from him and probably see if they have gotten that sold on the international market too in 5 weeks. Remember, there was an attempt to recapture that property from Bernie Weatherhead.
Which property is that? Which one is that?
I think it was the one in along Carlisle Bay, in that general area.
I know about Savvy on the Bay, but I'm not sure he's a white businessman. I'm not sure if it's the same thing. But I can keep your number, and then you can let me know what exactly you're talking about.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
But we need to watch these moves, because the painful part of that I am concerned about is that most of these type of sales, they are also impacting on the culture and the history of our country, and it's transforming the face of our country.
Yes, sir.
We are removing a lot of the historic relics that we can sit down and reminisce about. Just now, a few years from now, we will have nothing to show our grandchildren or our great-grandchildren.
Yes.
I hope we can capture some of it. I hope that your historian that was showing you around, because if you realize too, we just lost 3 of our historians.
Yeah.
I think it was, it was 3 of them that went suddenly. And we hope that those guys have left some things in documented form that we can share with our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. Because just now, the physical structure and the physical emblems will no longer be there. We will just be able to read about them and probably reminisce about them. Have a good night, Marcy, and good night to the loyal opposition.
Yes, and I want to ask you, are you going to come out on Sunday and make your presence known? We need to fill up that gully with people if we're that serious. Sunday at 2:00, right there at Gibbs Gully. You come down in Gibbs Glade and you'll find us. Are you coming?
I will try to make it an effort to join you there.
Yes.
Thanks for the invitation.
Yes. God bless you.